a young adult.
Cool. Here's some more cum songs. I wake up with cum on my dick 'cause I just had a wet dream. At night I have to release all the cum inside of me. I've been unable to come on time. My dreams are the only thing keeping my dick alive. Oh, baby, it rips the cum from my sack, whether it's nighttime or during a nap that's in the sun. Our pants are up, baby, we were born to come. Baby, we were born to come.
All right, and we're live. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. How's our heads? How's our minds? I was supposed to do an opening, but my flight had to do some emergency landing in a different city, so I wasn't going to be able to make it to the studio. So I'm on here. I'm doing this on a plane. Man, Vegas was insane. I had a blast. I'm going to keep this short. Brent Pella's on, and I'll talk about the whole Dead & Co. show next week when I'm with Nick, and we got Maggie Rose on the show. But holy shit, I think I took enough acid to turn monkey into human. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast with it, but it's just the whole experience was amazing. I'm really stoked to that was like the sphere. I mean, that is like stimulation overload. I couldn't believe the stimulation I saw. We felt like, me and Jason, Jeremy Sulkin felt like a sphere groupies. Our buddy got us, shout out to the anonymous, I won't say, but hooked us up extremely well. And shout out to Kanika. I saw Kanika randomly for giving us that miracle for that one night. And then our buddy who kind of runs the show out there hooked us up for the rest of the weekend. Just, you gotta go check it out. I know it's like hella expensive. It's like a rich man's party, I guess, to go see a concert at the Sphere. But when it gets cheaper, you gotta go check it out because it is unfucking real. It really is. But Vegas was fun. Didn't spend that much money, which was kind of dope. And I spent a couple of G's gambling and whatnot. And I was like, damn, down to like my last $200 on Sunday. I'm like, I'm just going to go to the penny slot, see what's up, grab a couple cocktails. And I won a jackpot. I was like, hell yeah. It was universe. I'm like, normally not a big fan of Vegas, as we talked about in previous podcasts, but I had a fucking blast. It was killer. And just one out of another, met some great people, great fans. Dead show was way better than I expected. Just the whole experience in Vegas was a fucking blast, and had a great. It was like a brocation with me and Jeremy Sulkin from Big Gigantic, and so many homies. We saw so many homies. Played Bronny James. I met like Kurt Rambis, one of the owners of the Lakers, and then I walked in. They asked me to go to do this event for Call of Duty. And I walked in, and it was just for the NBA Summer League, and Bronny James, LeBron's kid, was playing and whatnot, playing Call of Duty. And I, got confident, thought I could take down this 19-year-old kid on Call of Duty, and he whooped my ass. But so shout out to you, Bronny, for doing it up like that. But overall, it's been a great experience. But now I'm on the plane. And I have to put this out tomorrow, so when I could come back before we talk about Brent Pella. Brent Pella's on the show from Wild and Out, that Nick Cannon comedy show. He's a great comedian, fantastic comedian. He does a lot of stuff, collaborations with all these different comedians and whatnot. But what I came back from Vegas was, I had no expectations. And I think the best part of life is when you don't expect anything and you just get out there and just live presently. You know, we could build an idea of what the future is going to hold in our heads and build an idea of what life is going to bring to us. But at the end of the day, what's most important is if you stay present. And I wouldn't have, we were waiting and we're like, should we go to the Dead show on Friday? We like pulled the trigger and went and had the greatest experience for the last weekend. So whatever you got to do, just stay present, even through all the madness. It's important to follow your gut, follow your instinct, but also save some room for improvisation. You know, that's all I've got. So shout out to Volume. Sorry. So head to volume.com. I didn't even do the pitch yet. Head to volume.com. One of the best live stream programs in the country, in the world, actually. Better than Nugs, better than all that. Head to Volume. Go see the madness. If you want to see all the back stockpile of podcast stuff that we've already done, head over there for that. And if you're a content creator, let's take your, YouTube. Nugs are all not giving you that much money, putting all your stuff out there. Might as well put it on a platform that is artist friendly. Not saying that Nugs isn't artist friendly or YouTube isn't artist friendly, but make a little more dough. And that's what it's all about, is make it as much as we can through and figuring out how to, navigate. It's like the Wild Wild West, figuring out royalties through content on the internet, and you might as well test out all these different angles. All right, guys. So head to volume.com. All right, Brent Pella. You guys ready for this one? This was a lot of fun. He's hilarious. Me and Nick were just cracking up the whole time. If you don't know who he is, you'll recognize him. Google Brent Pella. He was on Wild 'N Out for years and years, and he's just such a smart brain. And he also has a podcast where it's he dresses up as an alien, and it's two aliens improv about the world and stuff. So you're gonna love this. All right, guys, I'll catch you next week. We'll talk more about the shows and talk more about what's going on. I'm flying to Nashville on Thursday to record the final song on our record, and then it goes to mixing. We're getting so close, and can't wait to announce all the big things that are happening coming up. All right, enjoy yourself, have fun, stay in the moment, and remember to give yourself a couple inches to let life improv or dance its way through your existence, because if we save a little time for that, I think that's where we could really find happiness. All right, love you, enjoy, Brent.
How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for coming on. And what's going on?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me. Just trying to, have a good time before the world fucking ends.
I know. How you feeling about the world ending? Like, what's your philosophy on everything going down? Are you part of the Illuminati, Brent? A lot of comedians are. Tell me.
They've rejected my application like every time. Apparently, I haven't, had sex with enough goats. So a couple should do it.
His SAT scores weren't high enough.
SAT scores, STD scores, they just as far as the world ending, dude, you know what? We had a good run.
Yeah, we did. We
had a
really
good run. I think we had a really good run. I don't know any other world that's made it as long as we have. So if everything hits the fan tomorrow and we dissolve into nothing, let's just do some extra ketamine and we'll be fine. We'll be okay.
How would your last stand-up set be while the world is ending? What would you end your stand-up?
What's your closer?
Crying, I think. I'd probably just start sobbing into the mic. And I bet people would laugh even harder than they would if I was actually telling a joke too.
I'd want to laugh if we know the world's gonna end. I'd like to go to a comedy. It'd be really awkward though, right? Like everyone knows the world's ending, but like they're at Brent's show and they're like, "All right, make us laugh."
Trying to talk about going to the mall, and everyone's like, "Dude,
there is no mall.
Burnt in like 30 minutes."
The memes are going to be great, though.
Yeah,
solid memes. The internet is going to be on fire as the world is ending. That's going to be the best place to be on the internet. The best time to be on the internet.
Yep.
Right before everything smashes, I just like a Khloe Kardashian post. It's like that's how it's gonna go. So where are you from, bro? You grew up in LA or what's the word?
No, I grew up in Davis, up near Sacramento.
Oh, sick.
Kind of a little like farm town, Denver-esque, but not quite as maybe granola-y. I don't know.
Yeah, Denver with more farmers.
Yeah, a lot more farmers up there, a lot more cow poop. I grew up there. I was raised by a single mom. She was kind of a deadhead, so she brought me to a lot of Grateful Dead shows as a baby.
Oh, sick.
Cool.
I was high at a very young age.
What's your take of the community? This is like a jam podcast. What's your take of the Dead community?
Dude, I love the Dead community. Dude, I feel like, Deadheads spun so that today's wooks could run. You know what I mean?
It's true.
It's true. Do you listen to any of that?
Yeah.
Do you listen?
I do. I genuinely love the Dead. I grew up with the Dead, Fleetwood Mac, Crosby, Stills and Nash. My mom raised me on all that. And then, after college, I started going to a lot of music festivals, like transformational, desert music festivals. And then I just I've been to 2 Dead shows in the past couple years. And it's so funny to see like how hippie culture has evolved.
They're angrier.
They're more like Republican.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, he's been talking about this the whole fucking time. Dude.
It's like people think of the Grateful Dead scene as a bunch of like center left, sort of like it's like there's like half of them are boomer Trump supporters. They just keep it under wraps. I kind of like it though. You don't want everyone to be politically the same in your crowd,
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a mixed bag. Today's hippies have like sage in their satchel and then a 45 on their hip.
Hell yeah, dude! They're ready for anything.
They're rubbing their
like
pistols. Freedom. Yeah,
I love you, and we're one, but also stay the fuck out of property.
But I got your back too.
Yeah, exactly. I love the community. The shows are fun. The ethos of the whole culture around the music festival space, the conscious festival space is it's really beautiful. I have a good time.
What's the difference between Deadheads and your Pella heads?
Oh, dude. Hopefully all right, I'll tell you a story. So Deadheads can be a little like territorial.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Weird way.
Oh yeah.
I took my mom to go see Dead and Company this past summer on their final tour, right? And we went with my sister, who's younger than me. She's 22. And her boyfriend were at the show. And this guy got like angry that they were standing up. And we're in a massive stadium.
Right.
And they weren't even standing in front of him. They were standing up and like kind of talking to each other just really briefly. Yeah. And he started yelling. He was like, "Hey, stop talking during the show. You guys don't even listen to this music.
That's so weird.
Don't even listen."
Fucking
it was super
They call that
dude.
chompers. They call that chompers.
Well, you know what's crazy?
He was on like really bad acid or something.
What's crazy about that is he's being louder than them.
Yeah. Which is so annoying.
You're being more intrusive than they are.
So annoying.
Yeah.
I know it's insane. Like
they gatekeep hard too.
They gatekeep hard too. Like it's not like that in comedy world. We're like, we only like Chappelle or we only like Kreischer. Like every comedian's just like, yeah, dude, we're all just make me laugh and let's have some fun. Like, is there what's the backstage like when you're doing these like these sit-ins or what do they call it? Spots.
Yeah.
It's like, is it competitive? Yeah. Everyone wants to kill. Does no one want to talk to each other? Everyone's like, suck it, Pella. Or are they friends?
No, we're all homies.
Yeah.
Backstage, I mean, it's fun. The comedy world is funny because on the surface, everybody's really supportive and loves each other. But deep down, you don't want, or I do, but generally, a lot of people don't want the person who goes up before them to do really well because it makes it harder for them.
Right.
I want everybody to do well because it's a better experience for the audience.
Yeah. Right.
Paid tickets to be there. So there has always been like just a touch of competition in the comedy world.
Right.
It's always for love and I've never known people to have like crazy beefs or anything like that. So it's pretty supportive.
What about you've been rocking with JP Spears. That dude's pretty conservative. Like, do you ever get flack for rocking with him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like,
That's fun though, huh?
What do they call you? Like a cuck or something? What do they call you?
dude, they'll be like, I'll see a comment on a video that's like, "Wow, dude, can't believe you got radicalized. I'm out."
Oh,
And I'm like,
Well, who's radical now?
Radicalized, you fuck. I don't like just because you do one video with somebody that another person doesn't like. The internet is a nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. But I don't really. I'm past the point of like caring, because I know who JP is, and yeah, he's a pretty hard right dude, but he's also a super nice guy and has like no ill will toward anybody.
I just don't understand why you can't hang out with someone just because of their political background. Like, why are people giving so much shit? It's like they're already judging a person just because of their political thoughts.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird. Like people on the internet these days feel like they have a certain right to like control the content you're putting out, or they think that you need to keep making stuff for them because they found you from this thing. And so if you don't do this thing over and over and over again, then they're going to be upset, which is insane. I don't know where this came from or how it started, but my theory is just that people keep getting dumber. And that's kind of how we're
also the dumbest people are the ones doing that. So it's not like people with jobs, all the people who are doing that online have like very little going on. That's why they have time to do that.
Right.
right. If you had, a reason if you had like purpose in your life, then you wouldn't find satisfaction from taking other people down in the comment section.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, go fucking feed your child. Like, why do you so worried about fucking what we're doing?
Then you make a video.
Yeah, you make a fucking video. Go on a walk.
Yeah.
Get some fucking air.
Get laid.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is supposed to be a happy podcast. I'm already fucking fired up, Brent.
I mean, obviously there's a line with politics, but no one's really crossed,
of course, if you're like a wacko, you're a super wacko. Like, I can't, I'm not going to take you to my Jewish family.
If you're a full-on Nazi, I'm probably going to have a problem with your comedy. You know what I mean? But like, that's not what he's doing.
There's a line.
Yeah, there is a line. Yeah.
So you have a podcast called the Good Trip Podcast. Is this about psychedelics?
Yeah, Good Trip. So that's a 10-part series I put out once a year. Talk to a lot of cool people. Are you into psychedelic space? I assume yes.
Fuck yeah.
By the hand on your right hand.
Yeah.
You look like every dude at 3 a.m. People for
Yep.
It's so true, man. Yeah,
they went type 2 on that one.
Yeah, we don't really know each other. Yeah, I'm in a band. We do like 250 shows a year. We're fucking
we're both musicians.
We take mushrooms and blow and we party. Yes, we do party. Brent.
Yeah, you party. Yeah.
So tell me about the pod.
Your festival band is dirt. The pod is great. The pod is dope. So yeah, I've talked to a lot of cool people on there, man. Rick Doblin, founder of MAPS, the organization that's pushing MDMA through the FDA for therapeutic use. Dr. Bronner, David Bronner of Dr. Bronner Soaps.
Sick.
That dude is wild. He's got some crazy stories.
What's his vibe?
But his vibe is like David Bronner's vibe is like the little jester character you see when you're on a DMT trip. That's like him, like personified.
I love that.
Like in a good way. Like in a good way. He's just like, he's always like, man, what's up, man? Do you need some soap? He's a cool dude. I started the podcast to learn more, about psychedelics. I've been working with psychedelics for about 10 years. And so just over the course of my evolution, working with different substances for personal and medicinal use, I thought it'd be cool to talk to people who know a lot more than I do. And I've learned a lot,
You depressed?
Cool.
Were you depressed?
I don't think I'm depressed, but I also think I'm depressed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Same.
So you're like a person.
I think it's because I think the entertainment business does this to us because we have to make people happy all the time. That we kind of like we shouldn't be depressed because we have a cool job, but it's sucking the life out of us.
I also think everybody has it a little bit.
Do you feel like you have a lot of pressure sometimes?
Yeah,
to
man.
Create or like
and keep a fan base going.
Have like bouts of, stress and anxiety, and it just piles up.
Yeah. Is that the reason why you started taking psychedelics or what?
Yeah. It was, and it's going to be a lifelong thing, trying to approach different patterns of thought with new ways of navigating. You know, for me, it's been stress, anxiety. In the past, I've had a pretty toxic trait of like doing a lot of comparison to other people.
Yeah,
you know,
I do that too.
Instead of, it's bad. And it's so easy to look over the fence into somebody's backyard and then you like neglect your own. So just in like microdosing psilocybin for the past 8 years on and off protocol has been like a huge help for me, not only creatively, but also just to kind of navigate that space of being down or being stressed or anxious and refocus that energy being creative and productive.
I have a question about that. So do you have like a set schedule with that? Like you said, it's on and off, like, or do you just kind of do it like, oh, I want to stop for a while, or do you have like an actual plan for it? Like the microdosing?
Right now I'm pretty loose with it. A couple of years ago, I was on a fairly strict-ish protocol given to me by a buddy of mine who's more experienced. You know, it was like 100 milligram capsule. This is not how do I protect myself legally? Don't do drugs.
Right.
This is not
they're legal. Well, they're legal here in Denver.
They're legal on the internet. They're also legal on the internet, so you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I did it was like a couple days on during the week, 3 or 4 days, and then a couple days off. And you do that for like four weeks, and then you go off for about a month to let your brain integrate everything. Reset a little bit. Now I'm a bit looser with it. Maybe once a week, maybe every other week. Maybe I'll be off for like 2 months.
Right.
So I'm not too strict now. Do you have a protocol you go with, or do you kind of just vibe it out?
Just as much as I can, as many days as I know. Just like the mushroom monster, give me mushrooms. No, but I did it. I was depressed. Like I was like suicidal 7 years ago. And I started taking mushrooms because I was afraid to go to therapy. And that kind of rewired my brain to actually like communicate your feelings. So I took them every day. I took them every day for like 6 years.
Oh, wow. Right on. As a microdose or like?
I do like it depends on the dosage, but I'll do about 0.5 to 1 gram a day. And then during show, my fans always throw mushrooms at us in the crowd. So I'll eat maybe another gram on.
Not exactly a microdose,
dude. But. I get so many mushrooms given to me after shows. I bet I was in Denver like a year and a half ago, and I did a show, and so many people gave me stuff after that. When I got to the airport to fly home, I legit thought I would be arrested. I felt like I had a felony amount.
Nah, they don't care about that.
Yeah, we bring.
TSA is another government dog and pony show.
Yeah, it's a fucking dog and pony show.
I got to TSA, and the TSA agent gave me more mushrooms.
He's like, "You need some white abalones too?" I see.
So tell me about your start, man. You're from Dave's. When did you get on Wild and Out? How many years were you on Wild and Out?
Yeah, so I've been on the cast for a couple of years. So I've been doing comedy videos since college for the past like 10 years. And then a couple of years ago, I started doing a lot of impressions, like celebrity impressions, Eminem, Joe Rogan, other people. And the Eminem impressions actually kind of popped off online. And they were my first run of like viral videos back in 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Nick Cannon had like a rap beef with Eminem, which is insane.
That's insane. Eminem will destroy him.
He'll destroy anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll definitely destroy the star of Drumline.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who doesn't rap really, you know? Yeah.
No, I love Nick, but you know, he should have roll bounced his way out of that rap. You know what I mean? So I was doing a bunch of Eminem impressions, and then Nick puts out a diss track toward Eminem.
Oh no.
And I saw that, and it was awful. And everybody knows it's awful. And I knew Eminem was not going to respond. So I went onto the video that Nick had made, and I looked at all the comments, and I chose, because the internet is hilarious and people's comments were so funny. So I screenshotted a bunch of the comments and I rearranged them to make them all rhyme. And then I delivered as Eminem on camera as like an Eminem response to Nick. And that got super popular. And Nick saw it and DM'd me on Instagram like a month after the video came out. And he was like, bro, I saw the diss. Like, you went crazy. Are you ready to come wild out? And I was like, oh shit, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll be on
me
TV.
out. Yeah, which was also really cool because like I kind of torched him in the video.
Yeah, it's kind of makes him look cooler.
Yeah, and so he invited me out to meet him the next day, and the next day was March 16th, 2020.
Oh my
God. Was the day
literally
everything got shot down. The airports, everything.
Holy shit, dude.
So we had to wait a full year and a half before we shot again. And in that year and a half, I was bummed because I didn't get the opportunity to get on the show. But Nick had promised me a spot when they started back up again. So I took that year and a half and I just started writing like crazy for the show, like in preparation for the show. And then we shot our first season in 2021. And I've done 4 seasons since then.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's been a blast, dude.
Thank God you had a couple years of mushrooms under your belt. Because if you're sad before that, if you couldn't have that job and it hits COVID, dude, that would be depressing.
I just like the symbolism of we're all waiting to wild out during COVID, but he's literally waiting to go wild out after COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was literally waiting to wild out.
So what's the backstage like over there? Is there like 100 of Nick's kids just like chilling or like
Mariah Carey?
Every one of Nick's kids walking around with a plate of snacks. Just so we can stay refreshed throughout the shoot.
He's got so many kids. It's fucking wild, dude.
He's got a football team.
He's building an army.
He's got 11.
A full roster, dude.
Damn, that's a lot of good cum. That's
He's a fertile man.
He's a fertile man.
Strong.
So
Strong.
it's fucking wild. So yeah, what's it like out there? Is that kind of like preparing? Because it's mostly an improv show. Like, are you prepared for mostly, or do you like going in there not having?
Have you watched the show a good amount?
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah.
So I watched it all the way through high school. I started watching it again like a year or two before I got on it, just because I had a couple friends get on, and I was always really intimidated by the improv and the freestyling stuff. Even though I come from like an improv background on stage, the way they do it is way quicker. It's faster. It's more brutal. It's more punchy. So backstage, there's 30 people on the cast. And we're all just it's like comedy summer camp. For 2 or 3 weeks, we're shooting 30 episodes. Everybody's together and everybody's just roasting each other left and right, which is a really cool environment because everybody's homies, everybody's super close. And then when you get out on stage to perform, you're in front of a live audience, which is pressure number 1.
Yeah.
But pressure number 2, it's a black audience.
Oh my God.
Different.
That's different.
Black audience is different, dude. A black audience, if they like you, they love you.
I know.
And if they don't like you, you're fucked.
Yeah,
it's not like a white audience.
What was the worst one?
Off clap. Dude, like I did I forget what the joke
You're
was.
fucked.
It was my first season. I went out there and I delivered, it was some random punchline for like a game. And it was so quiet in the room. Like so quiet, like not even a mutter of laughter, not even a mutter. And somebody on the cast went out on stage and pulled me off the stage because the joke went so badly, and I could just feel this. Like it wasn't a big deal. Like my job,
right.
It
happens.
My job was on the line, but dude, you feel it.
They're like, fuck this white motherfucker, dude.
Who is this fucking cracker, Nick?
Where'd you find him?
Saltine off the stage.
Yeah. Where'd you get him? ZipRecruiter?
When you crush.
Yeah. Do you ever did it prepare you? Do you think those tools prepare you for like your newer specials now? Like, do you feel like having something like that in your brain is like totally helps you with making new bits, right?
Yeah. Cause like, so in music, what do you play? What instrument are you?
Piano.
I play saxophone.
And he plays sax.
Okay, dope. Have you guys ever picked up like another instrument?
Yeah.
For fun?
Yeah.
Having your arsenal?
Yeah.
And so now like, maybe you might write a song where whatever that other instrument is, you might have the ability to jump in on that and record it because you have like an extra muscle now, right? So with Wild Out, it built this muscle of like roasting. Like so now whenever I do a live show, I do a lot of crowd work and I interact with the audience more. And I find that just naturally I'm quicker to find something to make fun of,
Right.
which is really cool. I didn't really have that before because I was always nervous of like making fun of people. But after doing Wild 'N Out and being forced to be in a space where I got to like pick you apart and mock everything about you, it's been cool. It's been a cool like kind of muscle to work. You know, it's similar to like the instrument.
Yeah, and like it probably makes your crowd work stuff during shows probably even better because now you don't have that filter. Yeah. Man, you remind me of Phil Hanley. You know Phil Hanley?
Yeah, I know. I remember Phil Hanley.
Grateful Dead. He's a deadhead too.
Big time deadhead.
Family deadhead.
Yep.
That's fucking totally, that's killer, Brent. So now that you have your new special, Conscious Bro, right?
Yep.
How you feeling about it? How's it going? Feeling good?
It's cool, dude. It was it was a different approach to make it a special because I have the attention span of a fucking illiterate Gen Z person. TikTok,
we all do.
Melted my brain, dude. If something lasts longer than 10 seconds and I haven't laughed yet, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, I knew that I wanted to make a special that was different than like the traditional special where somebody's just talking into a mic the whole time. So I really tried to add a lot of like visual elements. And if anybody watches, they'll see a lot of visual effects, a lot of cutaway scenes, a lot of different kind of variety stuff too. I wanted it to feel like an acid trip.
Yeah.
For anybody that has never done LSD, hopefully just watching the special will get you like a eighth of a tab there, that was kind of cool. So it was cool. Yeah, we put it out with this distribution company called 800 Pound Gorilla. It's
yeah,
they're the best.
Yeah, they crush it.
Yeah. It was a good experience, man.
What's the deal with distribution companies? Do they actually do something, or they just put their name on it and then you have to do all the work?
I don't know. Everybody wants like a big distributor these days. Everybody wants a Netflix or a Hulu. They all said no to me, which is fine because whatever. They say no to everybody unless your last name is Chappelle, or unless you're a blind, Muslim lesbian with one foot,
or Shane Gillis,
which I identify as. Hopefully that gets me canceled so that I can have a bigger career.
That'll be the breakout.
So
that'll be
that
flip. This is this guy's worldview. Check it out.
But it's cool to do it independently because you really get to test your finished piece in the most neutral way possible. Without a big marketing budget, without like a huge pre-existing audience. So these independent distributors like 800 Pound Gorilla, they're very friendly to the creative will of the artist. Like they let me have full creative freedom on everything from front to back of the special, how it's marketed, the promo graphics, the clips I want to put out. So they were great. And it was a really cool kind of step forward. As it's the first big project I've released, so it was a good, and I'll look back on it like a year or two from now, and I'll probably cringe and be like, why was I talking about that? That was not funny. That was weird. I'm sure. Do you guys have projects like that?
My God, I can't
listen to a record four records ago.
Like in half an hour.
Any of my records. Right? Yeah, I'm like, nope, not today, Jesus.
Yeah.
So how do you feel when somebody comes up to you and says, "Dude, that track blah, blah, blah from 4 years ago is my shit. Like, I just found it. I love it." Do you ever get like, "Oh man, really?"
Yeah. I think the difference is we have to play all those tracks. You could just do a new bit every year. Like, it's that's why I tell musicians, like, be very careful about what you release. Like, if you are just chasing, are you trying to suck that corporate dick and you're just trying to make pop songs? You're going to have to play those songs every day, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Just tell me about your hatred towards Gavin Newsom.
Oh, dude. Oh, what a fucking nightmare this guy is. He's like the stepdad that is banging your mom and you can't do anything about it,
Yeah.
I really want him to end up running for president. I think it would be
hilarious. Yeah.
Funny because he's such a piece of shit.
Good looking guy though,
but
he's like
good looking guy.
He's like that guy Tyrese movie where the the big black dude is like naked cooking eggs for Tyrese's mom.
Right. Yeah.
Can't do shit about it. So why'd you start? What's your hatred? I mean, you are a California boy, so it totally makes sense.
Yeah, California. And dude, I love California. California is amazing. It's got the best nature of anywhere else in the U.S. I think.
And a lot of good people.
A lot of good people, a lot of amazing people. But there's certain things like in LA, if you get really specific into the political stuff, the whole DA situation in LA is a nightmare. Crime is insane. There's like a wild theft wave happening in apartment buildings all across the city.
Really? I haven't even heard about this.
Yeah. People just aren't getting caught. And if they do get caught, they're not punished. They're just given like a ticket.
It's like those San Francisco bippers or whatever that just break into cars all day.
Yeah. It's just like that. It's just like that. And it just feels like someone like Gavin, and there's other politicians on both sides that do this too. They enjoy looking like they're doing something more than they enjoy something, which I guess could be said for almost every politician.
Right.
Yeah.
But in his case, I started actually like paying attention to politics in 2016, but then even more so in 2020. During all the COVID hysteria, and we had like lockdowns that I didn't believe in at the time, and now have been like proven to have done nothing. And he was shutting down schools. He said, "Don't eat Thanksgiving dinner together."
Right.
He was saying all this crazy shit. So I decided to slick back my hair and throw some gray hairspray in it and do a bunch of impressions of Gavin Newsom. And after one of them, he said in a press conference, he like kind of alluded to the video. It was something along the lines of, a lot of people on the internet, especially some comedians, are putting words in my mouth and saying that I'm telling you things when the reality is I'm just following the science and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, you motherfucker, say my handle so people know where to find me.
You triggered him.
Tell them who I am.
You triggered Gavin Newsom, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Brett.
Was he the mayor of San Francisco or LA before he was
LA.
governor? No, I thought he was San Francisco, right? Was he
San Francisco. Garcetti was LA.
Oh, Garcetti.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love that you triggered. What a little hoe.
Do you ever wonder if California should just be like 4 states?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it too big to be?
Yeah. It's got a bigger like GDP and economy than a lot of countries out there.
Like almost every, I think. Like it's like 7th or something like that. Yeah.
So do you feel like going back to that algorithm thing you're talking about for YouTube, do you feel like you have to keep like, if like you do a video like that's very making fun of the right, do you feel like you have to do more videos like that, or can't, like what's your expression on that? Cause you are such a full circle comedian. Like it sucks that you can't get some of the other shit that's also just as funny to the algorithm. You guys just got to beat, like you're beating a dead horse with the Rogan thing, or beating a dead horse with the anti-vax thing. You like, do you feel like you have to do that?
I appreciate that, dude. Yeah. The battle that I kind of accepted a couple of years ago is that I really do enjoy popping in and out of different spaces with comedy. Like I'll mock spirituality. I'll play around in the political space. I'll mess with current events. I'll do celebrity impressions. And I realized a couple of years ago that is not that doesn't encourage growth.
No.
In the way that if I were to just plant my flag in one of those spaces, then I would probably take off and my following would increase at a much higher rate, but I'd be creatively limited. And so I made a conscious choice to move with creative freedom over being pigeonholed into a certain type of creator.
Right.
And as frustrating as it is to like see the growth, like very slowly ticking up 1 grain of fucking sand at a time, as frustrating as that is, it's more fulfilling to be able to just do whatever I want on a week to week basis. And I do try to stay within, my own sensibilities. I'm not going to do some random thing that I've never done before.
Right.
And I do try to play around with like more topical stuff day to day, because that stuff tends to hit and it's also fun to mess with.
And it's going to be new and someone else hasn't done it. Like when it's like on topic, right? Like it's not something someone's made a video of 800 million times already. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I can turn around something quick, that usually gets like a lot more pop than, you know, a typical random sketch or something. So I try to be conscious of that. But yeah, dude, making content for a career on the internet is a nightmare.
It's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Nightmare. I don't want to do it anymore. Honestly, yeah. I'm trying to. My goal is to move into the TV and film world and work on my own bigger projects that I've been trying to produce for a while. Everything that I'm doing now is just kind of creating like a foundation and a launch pad for that. So, and it's fun in the meantime, you know. But it is a constant battle between like, do I do something that I know is going to pop and help me, but I really won't enjoy it personally, or do I do what I'll really enjoy making, knowing that might force me to take longer to grow in the long run. So it's a weird balance, but that's what mushrooms are for.
No one puts fucking Brent in a corner, goddammit. You do what the fuck you want, baby. Fuck these haters. Tell them all to suck it from the back, Brent. Tell them to suck it from the fucking back.
Suck it from the back.
Yes. The other huge drawback of that is you have to keep doing the same thing to get people to watch your stuff, and then your fans are like, you're making the same thing all the time. It's like, well, I have to live.
Yeah, it's like make up your mind. You're not watching the other content I make.
Exactly.
You want me to just be pigeonholed in this, and then you say, oh, you're doing the same thing. Like, fuck off, suck it.
It's a WNBA argument, basically.
Fuck off. Is it? Do you say WNBA?
Yeah, like how I think Bill Burr's like, if you want the WNBA players to make more money, watch the WNBA.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Right.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, it's it's a weird balance, but it's where I'm at right now, and it's fun to make weird shit that nobody watches. Sometimes it's more fun to make something and put it out knowing it's gonna bomb,
right?
Because the internet is an open mic, dude. The internet is not the Hall of Fame where you post all your best stuff. The internet is where you grab all the shit out of your ass and you throw it at the wall, and then you off the wall and walk away. So that's my content strategy.
Yeah.
Is
fuck you.
Shit out of my asshole, throw it at the wall, flip off the wall, and walk away.
It's called art.
It's called art, bitch.
Art.
Fuck, I'm gonna clap again for you, my dude. Let's go. That's our guy. Brent, I think we're gonna be friends, bro. So have you ever had, because you do a lot of this right-wing stuff, you ever get any wackos in your DMs? Like, hell yeah, brother. Fucking
Dude,
QAnon is real.
God.
What's the craziest one?
Yeah.
What's the craziest?
I've had people invite me to militia events.
Whoa.
What?
How hard is it to not go, though? I would want to go so bad. Just to see.
I want to go really bad.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know militia?
No, I don't. What is it?
Pockets of, so a militia, like a private militia, is basically just a bunch of citizens who have like a meetup group and talk about ways that they're going to save the world from the elites. And they all got guns. A lot of them are like doomsday preppers.
They tried to kidnap
them,
that Michigan governor.
They have it. Yeah, right. And they meet up in the woods and they do target practice and drills and it's basically like a little mini police or military group.
It's coming.
They're huge in Michigan by where I'm from. They're big up there. Yeah.
So what they say?
So
hey, hey brother.
Hey, somebody was like, hey man, saw you're coming through Oklahoma for some shows. I'm part of this group that does a lot of training exercise and programs. And if you'd ever want to come through, we give you a free session for the day.
Free session?
And I a training.
Training. Okay.
Yeah. I learned how to hog tie somebody who hog tie a liberal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And I kind of want to go. I if there's an offer out there, I'm down. I couldn't do it because my flight was leaving too early, but I'm into it. I get a lot of conspiracy theory people too, which is super fun.
Oh, dude, we were just talking about Twitter has just become just conspiracy theory central.
Dude, it's so fun.
And guys who hate women.
Yeah, that part I'm not really into.
Yeah, those guys are weird.
Yeah.
The traditional marriage guys who live with their mom.
What's the biggest conspiracy theory that you kind of believe?
So the JFK assassination, I think, was for sure an inside job. That was the CIA. I don't know if that's as big of a conspiracy anymore. I feel
I think it's just a fact.
Yeah. I'm not a flat earth guy. I'm definitely a round earther.
Yeah.
So I'm not for that one. Aliens for sure. There's some weird stuff happening in the government.
Yeah.
I did this event. Do you know who Rick Perry is?
Yeah.
I don't. Who's
Rick
that?
Perry,
Texas governor?
he's the former governor of Texas. He ran for president over a decade ago and didn't get past the primaries. But he does a lot of work in the psychedelic space because he's such an avid supporter of the troops and veterans. And so I worked at this event where Rick Perry was there, and they were raising money for veterans to go overseas for psychedelic therapy to treat PTSD.
Yeah.
And so I went up to Rick at the event because he's former governor of Texas, and then Donald Trump appointed him Secretary of Energy.
Energy, that's what it was. Yeah.
So he had like a legit cabinet position during the Trump administration.
Yeah.
And so I went up to him and I was like, Rick, you were Secretary of Energy. I know you know some trippy shit. Can you please tell me what's going on out there as much as you can? And he said, you know what, Brent? I'm going to tell you this. There's some stuff out there that if you saw it, you would think it's magic. And it belongs to us and it's human made. I don't know anything about aliens or UFOs. And I don't know if he's telling the truth about that, but he said the classified projects that I'm not allowed to tell you about, if you saw what we have, you literally would not believe your eyes. So
that's exciting.
And that's kind of maybe we've heard people say that from time to time in like weird conspiracy YouTube videos, but to hear it in person from a real dude who had a cabinet in the White House was trippy, dude. That's some trippy shit.
That's trippy.
So I think when it comes to aliens and government tech, I think any conspiracies around all that stuff are probably, based in truth that's wilder than we believe,
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
I'm ready for aliens.
Source. There he is.
Yeah, because like Rick Perry has no reason to lie to you there. Like he's not on TV.
No.
Yeah.
You're our Geraldo Riviera or whatever that guy's name. Geraldo. You're our
Riviera. Is that the French one?
Yeah, the French one. He's got a baby mustache instead of a big old thick ass fucking mustache. Oh man, I could talk to you forever, Brent. We should do these things, conspiracy theories with Brent. We'll do these segments. We'll call you up, and
I fucking love them.
You'll do these two. We'd love to get you on the show more.
I don't need to believe them. I just think they're interesting.
I'll be your talking head. Yeah. You have to. I'll just be the guy. I'll wear a whole fucking suit and tie. We'll break it down.
I don't know why your comment. I just see you on the Daily Show, dude. I don't know. Is that a dream of yours to be on something like that?
I would love to be. I think that would be super cool. The Daily Show, they've been pretty. The original Daily Show was pretty moderate.
Yeah, Kilborn.
Like the way Stewart ran it.
Oh, that one.
It was pretty moderate. Yeah. And then it got pretty left, but now it's dancing back and forth a little bit. I think it would be a blast, dude.
John Stewart's the GOAT of that.
Yeah.
So good at that.
I've always had are you a single man? You got a girlfriend?
I do have a girlfriend. Yeah.
Do comedians get pussy?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Brent Pella, ladies and gentlemen. I was told early on doing stand-up that like within my first year doing stand-up, this older comic came up to me and he was like, hey man, if I have one piece of advice for you, don't fuck your fans.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't want something weird to happen. You never know how much somebody likes you or doesn't like you. Or how you never know how much someone likes you, but is pretending that they don't, and then they end up being super weird and make a weird situation, blah blah blah. And I took that to heart, dude. So I really tried not to as best I could.
So your girlfriend hates what you do. So your girlfriend hates what you do.
Only fuck people who hate you.
With me.
Yeah.
The sex is way better, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally don't fuck my fans. I totally don't fuck my fans.
Yeah, right. You fuck a ceiling fan if you could.
I'd fuck a ceiling fan if I could.
Any kind of fan. Yeah.
Well, Brent, we'll let you go, bro. Thank you so much for being on the show. You're the fucking man.
Yeah, dude,
go watch.
Awesome.
Go watch his new special, Conscious, bro. Check out everything Brent's doing. He's a fucking brilliant man. I met your manager on the Burt Kreischer cruise, and he was pimping you out hard.
Oh, he was there. Yeah.
He loves you.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's the man.
Right on. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We're both
I
there.
love Matt.
Yeah, Matt's a great dude. And
let's keep in touch because I'll be in Denver hopefully in the winter for some shows. And
I'll
live too.
I'll shoot you my number on Instagram. I'll shoot you a text. We'll keep the dream alive. Yep. Now that we got some exciting sources. There's some magic in the government. Comedians get pussy. There's algorithm weirdness in YouTube. Let's fucking go.
Wow.
My man's a Grateful Dead head.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the ayahuasca trip. I want to know a little bit about that before we leave. You took ayahuasca?
Oh yeah. Have you sat with ayahuasca before?
I've done like the frog, the smaller version of that, the frog.
Bufo?
Yeah, it's like kind of like in between DMT and ayahuasca.
Mm.
Yeah, there's the bufo. Frog. There's all kinds of toads and shit.
You like that? Did you like it?
I did. It's hard to say. Like it is a weird way of
right.
Hell.
It's hell, dude. Everyone says it's like a purge.
Yeah. Is it like hiking a mountain and you're done? You're like, well, I'm glad I did that, but it sucked the whole time or something. Is it?
It's more like crawling up a mountain while your ass is on fire and somebody is punching you in the face, but at the same time you're coming the entire time.
Whoa.
So is the best way I can describe it.
Actually, I feel that, bro.
I might have to get some ayahuasca.
It was a trip, dude. Ayahuasca is something that I try not to talk about too lightly because it's a pretty sacred plant medicine that's been around for thousands of years, and it's also a very powerful tool. I would never tell anybody just loosely to go do it. I like to just encourage people to go read about it and learn about it as much as they can, because it does have a lot of powerful potential to really help you fix or heal or navigate different challenges in your life or traumas from your past. First time I sat was in a couple of ceremonies about a year ago. And then recently I just went to Costa Rica for a week to do 4 ceremonies at this place called Soltara, which is an awesome spot out in Costa Rica. And it was intense, man. It's super intense. It's very, very intense. It's not like mushrooms. It's not like LSD. It's not, a casual thing that you do and then you kind of recover from. You need to prep mentally and physically and emotionally. And then afterwards, there's the whole integration period where you really reflect and talk about and think about everything that, you just went through. But if you're interested in it, dude, I'd say go learn about it and check out, more resources, because I certainly am not experienced enough to recommend anything like that. But I did find good that came from it.
This guy is like a good lawyer. He's like, listen, whatever I say about the government, this is just my opinion. This is my opinion. No, I like this guy. See, I just say whatever the fuck I want. Say, deal with it.
Caveats.
What the last question I have about this, and I'll let you go because I'm very fast. What was the thing that you were suppressing the most in your life that just came right in front of your face during ayahuasca?
I don't know that I had anything surprising come up, but it did I've had family trouble in the past with a close family member. And that's something that I really got to sit with and meditate on. Also just, one of my intentions going into these ceremonies was to really grow a deeper understanding of my sense of self, my sense of purpose, my place in the world, what good I can be doing before I die. Because we're all on these finite tracks and with death at the very end, and we got to figure out how to make the best of our time in between. And what are we really putting out? What are we gifting to other people? How are we positively impacting the space around us? And so that's something that I went in really trying to meditate on and find more clarity toward. And I came out with a lot of good answers that I'm continuing to kind of reflect on. And I do a lot of writing and kind of journaling just about this specific experience, which is nice. And there's just so much that comes up because the ceremony itself is around 4 hours, sometimes more, sometimes maybe a little less. And there's just so much that comes up. It's hard to pinpoint one thing. But the general deepening the level of connection to what my spirit is and who I am as a person and what I'm doing in this life was pretty profound,
Damn. Did you shit yourself?
Dude, no, but there was a dude next to me who was scream vomiting the entire night.
God.
Scream,
how does it not trip you out?
Scream vomiting.
How does it not trip you out?
Well, I would notice it, but then it's so intense.
Yeah.
Like the individual experience is so intense that eventually that gets blocked out. And it doesn't even matter. And then maybe you hear it again a little later, but it's just there's music, there's other people crying or laughing, but there's so much happening in your own mind that it's like hard to be distracted, you know?
So you're not on TikTok during this.
You can't no, you're not on TikTok for this. This dude was scream vomiting the whole night. And the next day I was like, hey man, how was last night for you? And he was like, brother, that was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had.
What the hell?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
everyone thinks like he's dying, but it's like, man, that's like, that was the most,
he was purging. Yeah.
I just think about like when everyone gets,
he was spewing up all his demons, you know, and whatever visuals are happening in his mind that are connected to the physical aspect of vomiting. It's a whole like medicinal therapeutic purging process.
After when it's all done, do you guys all sit by a fireplace? You guys all have blankets on you and just like drink a tea, just think about what happened.
Kinda.
Yeah. So that's what I feel. It's cool.
At the Costa Rica one, about a year ago, post ceremony, when everybody was like landed from the ship, we all had tea and there was soup and we kind of mingled and put on some really soft music, and one by one people went to bed. So it's very communal depending on where you sit and who you sit with.
Right.
But it was a beautiful experience, bro.
I fucking love it. Look at you. He's growing. Yeah. He's mature. He's evolving.
I'm working with the algorithm.
Yes, he does. He's even babysitting all 100 of Nick Cannon's kids on the side.
Yeah.
Damn, he must be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much money you can make?
Snacks right now.
Yeah.
They're all watching. Brent, thanks for being on the show. You're a great dude, and I'm honored to talk to you. So thanks for being here.
I appreciate you guys, man.
Oh yeah, you rule, man.
Friend, dude. Let's kick it some real life.
Yeah, LA, let's do it. Let's get the vibe. You know Catherine Blanford?
I do. Yeah, I know who that is.
She's my queen. She's the baddest, dude.
Cool.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
well, I'll get a hang in there. But yeah, Brent, have a great day. Stay inspired. Keep fucking taking drugs, bud. Keep fighting the system. And I'll see you at the next militia meeting. Okay? We'll get.
Love it,
dude. I'm going. I'll blend. Look at this beer. I'll blend right in.
You'll blend right in.
Like, is this your first time?
Yeah, you're perfect.
I'm from Northern Indiana, dude. I'm supposed to be in a militia.
Yeah,
I just moved to Denver and played sax instead.
I'm Jewish. They'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
You know, you're the wrong militia, bro.
Wrong militia, brother.
Your militia's the U.S. government.
All right, Brent, have a great day, bud. Enjoy LA, and we'll catch you later. Later, buddy.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Get your intro again.